Bitcoin price breaks up almost 20% in around an hour. Elon Musk putting in his bio, Bitcoin. Is that why this pump has happened? Or is it something deeper, something greater? Have the Bitcoin bulls actually woken up? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. On the way in, a few more days, and I'll be back in the studio, everybody. I appreciate your patience as I'm here in this hotel. Let's jump into the Bitcoin video. There's the move. Almost 20% in around an hour, and Bitcoin continuing to get this upward consolidation. So why did this happen? And let's check this out. Why the exact reason, this is from CoinDesk. For the bullish move, it's hard to define. Prices surge after Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk changed his Twitter bio to mention Bitcoin. And you see it, you know it. I'm sure you've already heard of this happening, but I want to talk about something because there's deeper things happening. This could just be the catalyst, and the technicals, the data on the screen, what's happening in Bitcoin charts, they have not changed. I tweeted yesterday, I said, in real time, we're all watching Bitcoin become less volatile than traditional markets. Wait until the rest of the world recognizes BTC as a safe haven. Everybody, that's what we're witnessing right now. Something like Elon Musk, doing what he did, that's kind of a trigger point for Bitcoin. And we're seeing that illustrated on the short-term charts, obviously, but there's something way, way bigger happening. And that is the underlying reason why you see this upward buying pressure, not just today, but just in recent months. Everybody, people are waking up, retail traders waking up to the rigged system, finally, that is happening. Let's talk about the data, though. Let's talk about what's happening on the screen. We're not out of the woods yet. This move could be a short-term pump because of, what has transpired, but there's some things to watch for. First off, we've tracked this Fibonacci resistance, that swing high, upper trend line touch to the swing low, and this is the area we basically said Bitcoin needs to make. This was probably in last night's video when Bitcoin was somewhere down here, saying Bitcoin needs to make a move to not only this apex area of the symmetrical triangle, but also this Fibonacci resistance. And Bitcoin is there right now. Do not be faked out just yet on the short-term chart. Don't get overly hype, overly bullish, because Bitcoin's testing this exact resistance right now. Now, one thing is true. Something like Elon Musk doing what he did is fine. And maybe that moved price a little bit. But the trend lines, the data points that we have on the screen that we've continued to evaluate on this YouTube channel, they're still there. They haven't moved at all. And we're going to continue to use those things. So here we are at resistance right now, and you can see Bitcoin putting in the potential still for this busted symmetrical triangle. Some people sick of me talking about it. I don't care. There are two very, very clear trend lines on the screen. You can see it. And right now, they've just been such reliable data points for me in my own technical analysis. Now, what has transpired is Bitcoin broke the lower trend line. You know the story, 15% to the downside. We're getting back up here, busted symmetrical triangles. If we break 42,000, breakout target 15% upward from that area, 48,000. Interestingly enough, a lot of people talking about this bullish flag setup on Bitcoin. I haven't talked really much about. I can chart it here for you, confluent with the symmetrical triangle that we've been tracking. Interestingly enough, everybody, $48,000 area, pretty much a breakout target for both patterns. So it doesn't really matter what pattern you're watching. The upper trend line's the same, and the target to the upside is the same, around 48,000. We can really call it 50,000 in this very volatile Bitcoin environment. Bitcoin, if it's making a move to 48, I think it's going to test 50. So 50 could be incoming. But again, here we are on the daily chart. You can just see Bitcoin interacting with all of this resistance right here. This is what we anticipated. Whether Elon Musk does what he does or not, Bitcoin made its move to this area, and we're testing key resistance right now. So if we look at Bitcoin on the daily chart, and this is what's really cool to me because of this very short-term move that has transpired, we've been talking about this Bitcoin chart in the last bull market in the summer of 2017. Bitcoin putting in a very similar type of symmetrical triangle consolidation with these 50-day moving average touches that Bitcoin recently seeing very similar touches. You can see in the 50-day moving average right here. And we anticipated potentially, this is the case for it playing out, Bitcoin just one last dip before continuation into the bull market. That would look like Bitcoin dipping down to the $24,000 target back to the upside. Now, this short-term move Bitcoin's diverging away from that. And there are things happening in this world today, in this market today, that certainly were not happening back here in 2017. So these dips, really, that we've anticipated a lot, they've been smaller. They haven't happened as volatile. Now, that's not to say that Bitcoin's not going to fail here at this Fibonacci retracement, this resistance area that we're at right now, and come to the downside. It could still happen. We're going to track that in the short term. But right now, Bitcoin just starting to diverge a little bit. And I really think some of this GameStop, Robinhood news that's transpired lately, I think it has something to do with it. People are recognizing Bitcoin for what it is, this decentralized currency, this safe haven, this place where, these huge institutions can't manipulate as easily, can't control as easily, right? So that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin on these charts right now. If you go over here to the weekly chart, everybody, this is probably one of the most exciting things. I know my voice probably doesn't hype it up that much, but this 1618 bounce on this weekly chart is awesome to me, simply because the cycles of Bitcoin have been so harmonious, and I talk about this a lot. You can see Bitcoin right back here. This is that summer 2017 move we were just looking at on the daily. Bitcoin doing a very similar thing, touching back down at the 1618 before blast off. And you can see right now Bitcoin doing a very similar move right now on this long-term Fibonacci, the 1618 touch. And if we zoom in a little bit, here's the move right now, and here it is comparatively to back then. Now, Bitcoin, from that bounce, saw a swing high of like over 150%. I'm not sitting here and saying Bitcoin's about to see a 150% swing high, but you can see the case for this being kind of the consolidation area before continuation to the upside. 150%, just to let you know, is right around $75,000 Bitcoin. Certainly not out of the question at all for the next swing high for Bitcoin if Bitcoin bulls are really going to step it up here. Obviously, $50,000 Bitcoin is the stepping stone to 75. We have the case for a $50,000 Bitcoin right here on this daily chart, and you can see it. It's this bullish flag that a lot of people are talking about. It's a symmetrical triangle, the case for the busted symmetrical triangle that I'm just really liking. I'm really having fun tracking this. So that's what we're tracking. Be careful out there, everybody. At the end of the day, be very careful. We're testing short-term resistance right now, all in this Fibonacci resistance that we've talked about. If Bitcoin can break above, and we're talking $37,800 or so, get separation from that area, Bitcoin really could be off to the races here, everybody, and things are just turning around in terms of momentum, because we know we've been in a downtrend. I mean, just look at the hourly chart zoomed out, just lower lows, lower highs, Bitcoin turning that around. Really, most recently, breaking this previous swing high in the last few hours or so, breaking this swing high, and that's from January 19th. That's around 10 days ago. So Bitcoin's putting in a reversal here, everybody. Let's see how it interacts with this resistance channel, confluent with this trendline resistance that we see here, and we will track Bitcoin. Everybody, I appreciate you cruising by. There's something very big happening behind the scenes. It's way bigger than any one person or what they put in their Twitter profile. And it has to do with people waking up and realizing Bitcoin for what it is. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I appreciate you cruising by. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.